a collection of timeless principles that have resonated through the ages. These aren't just abstract ideas, but a practical guide, a roadmap for navigating the complexities of life and realizing our fullest potential. The importance of association. Our journey begins with the recognition that the company we keep profoundly shapes who we become. If we surround ourselves with those who indulge in negativity and vice, we risk becoming entangled in the same destructive patterns. Like coal, such individuals can stain even the most well-intentioned among us, turning everything black. It is vital to seek out the company of those who are virtuous and strive for excellence. By aligning ourselves with people of good character, we cultivate positive habits, quell destructive passions, and embark on a path of righteousness. This is how we actively shape our own destiny. The power of action and purpose. We are not passive observers in the theater of life. We are active participants, and the choices we make each day have a ripple effect. A life devoid of purpose is like a ship without a rudder, adrift at the mercy of the currents. Every moment, every hour, every day is a precious gift, and we must strive to use it purposefully. A fool's day may begin with reckless pursuits, afternoon consumed by fleeting pleasures, and nights lost in sinful deeds. But the day of an intelligent person is marked by good actions and a commitment to the welfare of others. We must be like the intelligent person who carefully makes a plan, never reveal it to anyone until it is successfully completed. Let us emulate their example by committing our actions to the service of others and the pursuit of excellence. The mind is the source of purity. True purity is not merely a physical state, but a state of mind. Washing our bodies in holy water will not remove the impurities of a mind filled with sins and impure thoughts. External rituals without inner transformation are meaningless. Like a container that has held alcohol, which does not lose its smell. Similarly, even after taking a bath in holy water, the impurities of the mind are not washed away. It is our thoughts and intentions that truly define us. To achieve inner purity, we should strive to have kind hearts and show compassion. Without this spirit purifying our mind, speech or senses has no meaning. It is the purity of the mind that truly matters, not the purity of the body. The importance of education. Education is the key to unlocking human potential. It is not simply the accumulation of knowledge, but the development of character, talents, and the ability to discern right from wrong. Parents who neglect the education of their children are their worst enemies. Education is like a mother in a foreign place, protecting and guiding us at every step. It is a hidden treasure that no one can steal, a treasure that grows the more we use it. An educated and intelligent person can see the world and understand it. Their inherent talents become worthy of worship and respect. Education makes looks, beauty, wealth, property, power, status, and youth graceful. The qualities of a leader. A true leader is not one who seeks only their own gain, but is dedicated to the welfare of their people. The well-being of the people should be the first priority of a leader. That is where the happiness of a leader resides. A leader's mission must be to make constant efforts for the welfare of their subjects, maintain orderly administration, and treat everyone uniformly. It is not enough to simply amass wealth. A self-dependent economy is the best economy. A leader should work to ensure that everyone has equal opportunities. They should keep a close watch on those in power so they do not misuse it. A true leader's greatest reward is to witness the happiness and prosperity of their people. The dangers of flattery and deceit. We must be vigilant against those who flatter us to our faces while criticizing us behind our backs. These individuals are like poison hidden in milk, and we should be cautious of them and remove them as soon as we can. We must also be aware that even a well-meaning friend can turn into a dangerous enemy, as they know our personal secrets and can cause significant damage. We must be cautious in whom we trust and always keep our own counsel. It is very important that we do not disclose our plans to anyone until their successful conclusion. The value of time. Time is a relentless force, always moving forward. It is the most powerful thing, with the ability to destroy anything in the universe in no time. We must not squander it on frivolous pursuits. Instead, we should strive to be purposeful in everything that we do. Every day we must take time for self-study. If for any reason we are not able to do this, then we should donate or do a good deed. Those who do not follow this are wasting every moment of their life. By making the most of the time we are given, we can achieve our greatest desires. The importance of self-reliance. We must cultivate self-reliance to live a life of meaning. Being dependent on someone is most painful, and a person is reduced to acting upon someone else's orders. So, we must live life with strength. We must also look inward and strengthen our inner self. As our inner strength can control senses and body, therefore, it is most superior. The company of the wise. Gentlemen and qualified persons raise the level of common people. Their company opens doors to God. Therefore, we must seek the company of saintly persons. Like a fish raises her offspring by sight, turtle by care and birds by touch, the company of gentlemen can raise the level of common people. We must also avoid the company of those who are immoral, sinful, wicked, or cruel-natured. Such people are like a coal mine where everything turns black. We must avoid friendship with them. The nature of fools. A fool is like an animal with two legs, unable to differentiate right from wrong or be taught anything. The foolish talk of a fool is like a thorn in our feet, constantly pricking us. We must leave the company of such a person at the earliest. The foolish and ignorant are subjected to mocking. Amongst learned people, their condition is like a crow amongst swans. They are neither able to express their own ideas nor accept the ideas of others. So we should arrange the proper education of our children so that they do not become fools. The virtues of patience and contentment. Patience and contentment are essential qualities for navigating life's challenges. The fulfillment of one desire leads to the creation of other desires. Gradually, these desires overpower a person and draw them towards a sinful life. We must have patience and contentment to be at peace with ourselves and satisfied. This is the easiest path to attaining happiness in life. People who are greedy and have vested interests will never experience happiness in their life, as they will always be under mental stress and disturbed. We must also maintain our cool even in adverse circumstances and remain patient, and try to resolve them with determination. The importance of good deeds. Religious activities, charity, pilgrimage, prayer, worship, and fasting open the way to heaven. We must perform these activities properly while we are hale and hearty. Otherwise, there will be nothing left after death. It is not enough to pray, we must also do good deeds. For this, we must study sacred text, donate, or perform an act of kindness. People who do not follow this are wasting their life. The dangers of excess. Excess is always harmful. Excesses in anything lead to the end of man. We must learn from the past, for example, the extraordinary beauty of Sita, excessive arrogance of Ravan, or excessive generosity of Bali, all lead to their ruin. So we must avoid excesses in everything that we do. The power of character and attributes. Attributes are essential for a person to have. The black color of a coal bird becomes insignificant because of its melodious voice. Loyalty towards her husband depicts a woman's image and beauty. The greatness of a hermit lies in his ability to forgive. These attributes give a person respect and status. Looks, beauty, wealth, property, power, status, and youth become graceful only when they are supported by education and wisdom. The importance of family. If we can protect our family by sacrificing one person, then it is appropriate. If we can protect our village by sacrificing one family, then this too is appropriate. And it is also appropriate to sacrifice a village for the state. But nothing is more important than our own well-being. If we need to sacrifice the whole world for our progress and protection, we should do so without any hesitation. Because if we are not there, then there is no need for anything else. Children should be brought up with love and affection for the first 5 years. For the next 10 years, they should be brought up with strict discipline. This period is very important for the development of their personality. From the age of 16, they should be treated like a friend, to guide them and to settle their problems. The value of truthfulness. The foundation of a Brahmin spirit is truth. This world survives on truth alone. It illuminates everything, moves the air, and brings about changes in day and night. The power of truth has given stability to this universe. The destruction of truth will lead to upheavals and the universe will submerge underwater. Therefore, mankind should believe in truth and behave accordingly. The nature of sin. A king has to bear for the sins committed by his subjects. The family priest has to bear for the sins committed by the king. A husband has to bear for the sins committed by the wife, and the guru has to bear for the sins committed by the student. Therefore, we must all strive to eliminate all sins and evil in our lives. We must all work to establish a religious reign so that people can live fearlessly. The control of desires. Lust is a person's most powerful enemy. Under its influence, a person loses their wisdom and health deteriorates rapidly. We must be vigilant to protect ourselves from these destructive tendencies. Infatuation destroys a person like an enemy. It leads us astray from our path. Anger is like a wildfire, and its flames repeatedly singe a man. Knowledge is the best weapon for destroying all of these disorders, and it leads to a peaceful life. We must always be aware of the negative impact of these tendencies and guard against them. The importance of donation. Donation is an effective way of alleviating poverty. We should not give donations to everyone. Rather, they must be given to a person who is tolerant, learned, honest, and a gentleman. Then the donation will be received back many times over. We must always remember that like rain serves no purpose over a sea, or a candle is useless in daylight, it is useless to give alms to a rich person. Donation is required in fields, candle is required in darkness, food must be given to a hungry person, and alms must be given to the poor. The nature of the world. This world is inhabited by people of different characteristics. We must develop contacts only with gentlemen and superior people to ensure fulfillment of our desires. We must also understand that it is not necessary that every mountain has a precious stone mine, or that every place is inhabited by gentlemen. The role of a guest. A guest is most worshipable because a guest only desires hospitality. A guest has no other vested interest. We should treat guests with respect. A guest is only important if his stay is short. If he stays without hesitation or shame, he becomes graceless. Like a prostitute leaves a poor man, or subjects leave a defeated king, or birds leave a dead tree. Similarly, a guest must quickly leave after having and praising the food offered to him. The cycle of life. A man is born alone and has to depart from this world alone. They alone have to bear the consequences of all their good and bad deeds. Happiness and sorrow are theirs alone. They will only affect them. They must travel the journey to the other world alone. The nature of aging. Aging is a difficult stage of life. The death of a spouse, losing wealth, and being dependent on others are all extremely painful. We must plan for this stage in our lives and save wealth, so we are not dependent on others for our food. We must also be mindful that walking lost in thought for long periods, denying women sexual pleasures, and drying clothes in sun for long periods all signal the arrival of old age. Therefore, we should avoid them. The importance of knowledge. Knowledge is the best weapon we can have. It helps us to subdue the disorders of lust, infatuation, and anger, and leads to a peaceful life. Knowledge enables us to eliminate ignorance. A scholar's knowledge should be put into practice. Without practice, even a scholar is subjected to mockery, and for them, this insult is more painful than death. For a scholar who does not practice regularly, the manuscript is like poison. The power of silence. Silence does not lead to arguments. Rather, it creates a peaceful atmosphere. We must use silence to create harmony and foster understanding. We should remain silent while eating food. If a person is silent for a year while eating, they will enjoy the pleasures of heaven for millions of years. Even the gods will worship them. The importance of vigilance. A person who is careful, alert, and aware will be fearless, and no one can harm them. We must be vigilant in all aspects of our lives to safeguard ourselves from harm. The importance of action over fate. Even though our age, activities, wealth, education, and death are decided when we are in our mother's womb and controlled by God, we must still keep making efforts. Man should not be entirely dependent on fate. It is our duty to make efforts, and we must always strive to do so. Those who rely only on fate waste their valuable lives. By putting in our efforts, we can achieve greatness. The importance of self-control. The person who exercises control over all his senses remains unmoved by the looks and beauty of a young woman. They are never affected by disorders like lust, anger, greed, liquor, or infatuation. The importance of courage. No work is difficult for those who are powerful, capable, and courageous. They complete whatever they resolve to do. They must be ever ready for a fight and face their enemies with full courage. The importance of concentration. Like the stork that patiently focuses its sights on its prey and expels all other thoughts from its mind, an intelligent and wise person must control their senses, focus, and complete their work. This is how we will ensure 100% success. The importance of imbibing good qualities. We must learn from the lion, which has the ability to fulfill all tasks with sincerity and courage. We must learn from the cock to rise early and be ready to fight our enemies. We must also learn from the dog to be satisfied in adversity, to have a sound sleep, be alert even when sleeping, and face the enemy with loyalty and courage. If we imbibe all of these good qualities, we will experience mental peace and contentment. Even the donkey, which is seen as a symbol of foolishness, has good qualities that we must learn from. These are toiling tirelessly, not being bothered by hot or cold weather, and being patient and contented. The nature of evil. An evil person is always scheming to harm others. They have a low mentality and cannot be changed by love, affection, or knowledge. We must use a sword for self-defense against evil people, as there are no other means to stop them. We must not have any friendship with evil people. If necessary, we should leave the country to stay away from them. The importance of strategic thinking. A strong person cannot be won over by force. We must control them by conduct favorable to them. We must defeat an evil enemy by adopting conduct unfavorable to them. An equal enemy can be won over by a combination of humility and force. The importance of humility. We must not be so simple that people can easily exploit us. Our simplicity and righteousness can sometimes be a curse for us. Sometimes the trees that grow straight are the ones that are cut, while those that grow in a haphazard manner are left alone. The importance of using wealth wisely. Wealth should not just be amassed, but used for donation. Excessive wealth corrupts our mind and makes us greedy. If still water is not changed, it rots and becomes useless. Similarly, wealth must be circulated to keep it useful. Donation earns respect for a man and ensures happiness in the other world. The importance of the company of great men. We can learn a lot from the company of gentlemen, and the company of evil men will only lead to misdeeds and crime. We should seek out the company of great men, as their four main qualities are donating, sweet talk, praying, and respecting scholars. The importance of good qualities. Beauty is enhanced by good qualities. The grace of dynasty lies in morality. The test of education lies in the ability to create wealth, and the value of money increases by using it. Improper behavior ruins beauty, and if morality is lost, the dynasty will be defamed. Without full involvement, we cannot achieve success in any task, and the misuse of money will lead to its dissipation. The importance of education. Only scholars are praised everywhere. They get fame from every place. They get happiness because of education. Education is worshipped all over the world and is the most valuable thing. Therefore, we must all get educated. The importance of religious practices. Performing yajna on auspicious occasions has been considered very important. But if there is a deficiency of any kind in its ceremony, then its effects can turn negative. Therefore, yajna should only be performed when the capability to do it correctly is there. The path to salvation. If we wish to be released from the cycle of life and death, then we must abandon perversions like sex, anger, greed, allurement, and arrogance. Instead, we must imbibe qualities like forgiveness, simplicity, patience, politeness, honesty, generosity, welfare, mercy, truth, love, and purity. The importance of keeping secrets. Those who expose the secrets of others are degenerated, meddlesome, and evil. We must stay away from them. The nature of scholars. Scholars are able to understand the inner thoughts of others without saying anything. They are able to research and gain knowledge by staying in one place. Nothing remains a secret in front of their intelligence and knowledge. The importance of proper behavior. We must act with due consideration, drink water after filtering it, talk in a sweet tone, and behave politely with everyone. This ensures that we will never face defeat in life. Our behavior is enough to make people bow before us, and even enemies can be won over with good behavior. The importance of perseverance. There are many obstacles in getting education. Therefore, those who desire pleasure must shun the idea of getting education. The path to pleasure and the path to education are different and cannot be attained simultaneously. The nature of critics. Critics are greater sinners and of a wretched nature. Even though the critic gains nothing by criticizing, they enjoy it. Their sins keep adding up by criticizing, and a day comes when their sins destroy them. Therefore, we must not criticize others. The nature of envy. Those who are envious of saints will soon meet their death. Envy of your enemy will lead to death and loss of wealth. Envy of the king will lead to death, loss of wealth and respect. Envy of the Brahmin will lead to death, loss of wealth, respect, and the ruin of their entire family. Therefore, we must always get the blessing from gentlemen, as they will enhance our wealth and bring prosperity to our family. The importance of strength. In the hour of need, only an intelligent person can effectively use their strength, even though it might be less. A fool's strength, even if it is immense, is useless, because without intelligence they will never be able to use it effectively. Intelligence is more important than strength. The importance of languages. We must learn and understand other languages as well as Sanskrit. By learning these languages, we will attain due respect and honor in the world. The importance of supporting our relations. Our relations are truly our supporters. If we leave them and rush towards others, we are ruined very soon. We must never be indifferent to our religion. The superiority of wisdom and intelligence. Wisdom, cleverness, radiance, and strength are more important than size. A huge elephant is controlled by a small iron hook. A lamp's small flame dispels darkness, and a hammer can break huge mountains. The nature of greed. Those who are greedy for wealth will place themselves in difficulties again and again. Greed is the biggest enemy of man. The importance of virtues. Good qualities and virtuosity are the key to success. Even an ordinary person can advance towards the top because of their qualities. We must always strive to be good and to treat others as we would wish to be treated. The nature of wealth. Wealth obtained by sinful acts or by causing suffering or distress to someone will become cursed and ruin a man. We must not accumulate wealth that does not benefit society. Wealth is important and useful if it benefits the whole society. The nature of discontent. We must be careful not to be discontent with wealth, life, women, or food, as there is no end to our desires. We must save ourselves from these. The pain of disgrace. Being disgraced is more painful and damaging than death. A disgraced person should die, as they are humiliated on every occasion. The power of sweet talk. Sweet talk is essential, as it delights and pleases the mind. We can win over enemies with sweet talk, as it does not cost anything. We must embrace sweet talk and give up bitter talk, as sweet talk is a sure spell to win over the world. We can control anyone with sweet talk and fulfill our wishes. The nature of the world. This world is like a bitter tree, but it grows too sweet and nectar-bearing fruits that are cultured language and the company of saints. By using a cultured language, we can win over everyone's heart, and the company of saints and sages can convert evil persons into gentlemen. The value of past lives. Good qualities like charity, education, restraint, and virtue are carried forward from previous births. Life must be made purposeful by making use of them. The importance of a guru. A guru is required to learn any knowledge properly. A person who forsakes their guru becomes a laughing stock in the gathering of scholars. The nature of truth. No devotion is greater than truth. The blaze of truth eliminates all the perversions of the body. A truthful person does not need to undertake devotional penance. The value of donation. Donation is the best thing and most helpful. The donation of food and water is most meaningful and fruitful. The dangers of evil. Evil people are like snakes, honeybees, and scorpions, as they are filled with deadly poison. But an evil person's entire body is poisonous. The importance of inner satisfaction. The elegance of our hand is not enhanced by wearing jewelry, but by donation. The body is cleansed by bathing, not by applying sandalwood paste, and mental contentment rests in honor and respect, not in food. Salvation is attained by knowledge rather than by applying vermilion or wearing ochre-colored clothes. Inner satisfaction is required and is only possible by helping others, being kind, virtuous, and by donation. The power of one good quality. Sometimes even one good quality can override many bad qualities. For example, even though snakes habituate on the keki tree, and it is crooked and grows in slime, its fragrance bewitches everyone. Similarly, even if a person keeps company of evil people, is ugly, and is born in a low caste, if they are wise and intelligent, they will be respected in the gathering of scholars. These principles, gleaned from the wisdom of the past, offer us a guide to live a life of purpose, integrity, and fulfillment. They encourage us to be mindful of our associations, to embrace the power of action, to cultivate inner purity, and to pursue knowledge with relentless determination. By striving to live in accordance with these teachings, we can overcome challenges, foster meaningful relationships, and make a lasting positive impact on the world. Let us all continue to seek the path of enlightenment and to use the lessons of the past to build a better future.